Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Coding for Kids. In this episode we're going to start to build our map, so let's get into it. Okay, so our map is going to be a grid, and if you don't know what a grid is, this is what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to have a grid like this, and in each box of the grid it could be the player, and he's going to be able to go, up, left, right, down, and so on. And we're going to have enemies somewhere. We're going to have treasures. We're going to have walls, so you can't just like go to the end of the game. So to do that, we're going to have to make a box object, and we're going to have to make all the classes we've created, like enemy, treasure, player, recharge station, also a box. So let's get into it, and I'll show you how to do that. So first up, what we need to do is we need to go over here, and we're going to create something called an enum. And all an enum is a type of something. So we need to create an enum that's just going to tell us what type of box it is. So I'll show you how to do that. So just come over to your class here, right click on it, and go to add class, and call it box type, because we just need to know it's just going to be what type of box is it on the map. Click add, change it to public, and then instead of a class, let's call it an enum, which is E-N-U-M. All right, and then inside our enum, it can be a empty box, it can be a wall, it can be a enemy, it can be a player. Our box could also be a treasure. If I can spell treasure right. It could be a recharge station. And it could be the end of the game. Okay, so that's all you have. That's what an enum is. So it's just we've given it a name. So we called this enum box type, and then we just tell it all the different options that it could be, that type. Okay, so now we've created that. Now we have to create our box, which is going to be on the map for each position. So let's go back to the grid. So for each position, this is going to be a box object, right? So there's going to be a box, there's going to be a box, there's going to be a box. We're going to have lots of boxes. So let's create our box class. So if we go here, add class, and create a class called box. And all our box is going to tell us is what kind of box it is, what type it is. So we're going to just do public box type underscore box type, and then create a constructor called public, then the name of the class, box. And it's just going to take in a box type. And we're going to, the parameter we take in is just going to set the variable box type. Okay. All right. So we've created our box object, and now we have a way of telling our program what type of box it is. We're going to go one step further, and we're going to make these other objects we created, enemy, player, recharge station, treasure, which can be on the map. We're going to make them a box as well, and I'll show you how to do that. So let's start with enemy. So the way we say, all right, so it's an enemy right now. Right now it's just an enemy. It doesn't know anything about the map. It doesn't know what a box is. So the way we do that is we give it a parent class, and we do that. You just go next to the class. So go to where you see class, public class, enemy, go to the end, do a colon, and then type box. And now we're saying, look, yeah, you're an enemy, but you're also a box in our game. So that's what we're basically saying. We're saying we know you're an enemy, but you're also a box now. And then that's going to allow us to put an enemy on the map, on the grid. So. And now it's complaining. And the reason it's complaining is because box we said, yeah, you're a box now, but box, remember how we put in the constructor that it needs to take a box type? So in this constructor, it's saying, hey, your parent, uh, your parent class, which is box, it needs something to be a box. And so what you do is you just come to the end of the constructor here, and just go colon, base, because that's the base class or the parent class. And in there, it's going to say you're a box, what type of box you are. So now we've said, hey, enemy, you're a box, and your box type is enemy. So let's do the same for player. We're going to say, player, your parent is a box as well. And then in the constructor, we're going to do base, box type, dot, but we're not going to say enemy, we're going to say player, because it's a player box. That's it. And then the third one is a recharge station. We say our recharge station is a box as well on the map. And its base, if you haven't already guessed it, is going to be box type dot recharge station. And last one is treasure. Treasure is going to be a box. And its base is going to say, I need a box type. I'm going to say your box type is treasure. And that's it for this.